Well, I'm glad to see that Jake is making some friends, even if it is that band from across the street. Well, maybe he can help them. They do need a leader. No matter who we are, where we are, or what skills we have, Jesus calls us to use our influence to serve. He calls us to lead. So the question then changes. It moves from, am I a leader? You are, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, to how well am I leading? To answer that question, you have to measure yourself against something or someone, right? So, who should you be using as your leadership role model? Is it your parents? How about a celebrity? Maybe a star athlete or your favorite music artist. Maybe it's a teacher or another adult in your life. Here's a radical thought. What about Jesus? Sure, we think of him as our Savior, our teacher, and our healer, but as our leader? When you think about it, it's kind of crazy that we don't. I mean, he single-handedly changed the course of history. He started a worldwide movement that still exists today and is growing. He's the main character in the best-selling book of all time. He built a team of people and delegated his mission to them, the Great Commission. And before you go into the, well, sure, but I'm not changing the world, I'm just trying to live my life argument, think about this. He dealt with the same challenges you and I face every day. He had to deal with imperfect people. He had to handle rejection and criticism. People tried to bully him. He dealt with some major temptation. He was betrayed more than once by his closest friends. Any of that sound familiar? But in the middle of all that, he was still a leader, the best leader of all time. He transformed the lives of everyone he touched, turning some very ordinary people into great leaders, and he can do the same thing for you. It won't happen overnight, but it is a journey. And it starts with leading yourself. It then moves to leading others in a one-on-one relationship. Next is leading a group or team, and finally, leading a community or organization. But for now, we're going to focus on leading yourself, because effective leadership needs to start on the inside. We've got to have our hearts transformed to be like Jesus, because that's the only way we'll be able to lead like Jesus, making the choices he would make and caring about others like he would. So back to you. Are you ready for change? From being focused on yourself, being self-serving, to being focused on him, being God-centered. When your perspective changes, your heart will change. And when your heart is changed, that's big.